Hello everyone and welcome back to Genie Crafts. So today's video is a request based video where somebody reached out to me and asked me how to go about making portrait out of this stencil. So I thought that I would use this opportunity not only to just explain how to go about this particular stencil, but to explain how to prep a portrait stencil before we actually start into paper cutting that particular stencil. So guys, let's get started on this. So in any portrait stencil there are three critical areas. First is your hair, the hair on the head of the person, whether it's a male or a female. In case it's a male, then the face along with the mustache and beard. In case it's female, then just the face. And then the clothes that the person is wearing and any other exposed skin. So in this case the neck area is the exposed skin. So one of the basic rules of portrait paper cutting is the color that you are keeping should be interconnected. So I get this question a lot, that in which particular part of the portrait, which color do I cut and which color do I keep. So let me try to explain this with the help of this beautiful stencil. So I'll start with the face area. In general, if the printout that you have taken is on white paper, then in that case any exposed skin like the forehead, the cheeks, the nose, etc., the neck here also, any exposed skin you do not cut out. You cut out the black parts of the stencil on the exposed skin. So I will cut out the eyebrows, I'll cut the eye, etc. I'll cut the beard, mustache and all those parts, the lip area, etc. But I will keep rest of the white portion. Same goes with the ears and same goes with the neck area. Now in this case the neck, there is not much design that has come out in the neck. There are just two lines creating the outline of the neck, so you can easily cut it. Similarly, next part is the hair. Now in case of hair, it's actually a little bit tricky. So basically in some parts you're going to cut out the white, in some parts you're going to cut out the black. So any part of the hair which is near the hairline, you cut out the black area. So when I'm starting to cut out here, I'm going to cut out all these black areas. So I'll have to ensure that all the white that I want to keep is interconnected. But as I approach the edge of the hairline, as you know, the outer edge, at that point I'll start keeping the black and I'll remove the white. But before I do that, I'll need to prep this a little bit. Similarly, for the clothes is completely your choice. Whether you want to cut the black, you want to cut the whites, is completely up to you. Just decide what is convenient, where the less prep work is required. For example, in this case, for me, it is easier to remove the white in the side areas here, and in this portion it is easier for me to remove the black because white is completely interconnected and here the black is almost interconnected. So you can cut the black on this part of the jacket and this part of the jacket, and on the t-shirt you can simply cut out the black and keep the white. So like I said, the basic rule is to keep the areas interconnected. So let's start with the jacket and the t-shirt that the person is wearing. So always keep in handy a white gel pen and a pencil to do the interconnection of the areas, and have a scale handy to draw the border. I'm not drawing the border because that's not really relevant to this video, but let's start with this area. So in this area I'm cutting out the white and I'm keeping the black. So what I'm going to do is that using the pencil, wherever I feel that there is any isolated black area, I'm going to interconnect it. So I'll give you an example here. So can you see this little dot? This, it's not connected. Even if I cut it out, it doesn't make any difference, but just to show you what I mean, I can just create a connection here and now this is connected. So when I'll cut, I'll know that I have to keep this. Similarly, I can do a little bit of interconnection here. This is okay, all this is fine. This is a big portion now, this is completely disconnected, so I'll need to connect it here. This particular area is disconnected, so I'll need to connect it here. When you're doing the interconnection, ensure that you're not drastically altering the design. That should not be the motive. Similarly, let's do it on this side also. Similarly, I can connect these two areas. Anything that is connected to the border, you don't need to connect because anyway you're going to keep the border. So that's one advantage. So if you're not able to connect anything to rest of the surrounding areas, you can always just attach it to the border. And like I said, it's not necessary to interconnect everything. Whatever is easily doable without altering the design, do it. So now we are done with this particular area. Now all my black areas are interconnected since I am removing the white here. What I will do is that I'll disconnect this white area from rest of the face, because I don't want the design to become too fragile. It's another thing that you should take care of, that there should not be too big of a piece, too intricately interconnected. Try to break the areas by keeping thin strips in between. It helps to increase the sturdiness of the portrait. Now coming to this area where I decided to keep the white and remove the black. So I'll just disconnect this from the rest of the portrait. It will allow me to have a better control of the design. So I'm just inserting white areas in between so that my portrait does not get too fragile. Now this neck area, you can see that it is going to completely cut out this area if I don't disconnect it. So I'll slightly create a gap here, and I'll slightly create a gap here. That's how I'm able to disconnect this particular big strip from rest of the strip. Now this white area you see here, if I want, I can create a design through this by simply taking it outside the black area. So now I'll be able to put out that design. Now let's move on to the beard area. Now when it comes to face, every single detail is important. Even if there is a single dot, it's important. So try to capture everything. Now on the face area, what we are going to do is we are going to remove the black and keep the white. So I just need to carefully check that I'm able to capture as much of white area as possible. Wherever there is a isolated white area, I'm going to connect it to surrounding areas so that later on I do not accidentally remove it. Now when it comes to ear, it's a little tricky because most of the times the shadow of the ear on the outline will be very thick. So while you can remove this black area, there is very little you can remove from here. So there are two ways to go about it. You can let it be as it is, you do not cut out this black area at all, or you can take out a slight portion from this and just cut that. Now rest of the ear you can just simply interconnect to the face, and this will go. So you will be able to cut this particular black area, and you can let the remaining black area be as it is without cutting it. Same goes for this thick border line of the face. Can you see this thick border line? You can always remove half of it and keep the rest. Now when you will cut, you will know that you have to cut on the inside of the white lines and not cut on the outside of the white lines. Now coming to hair. Now like I said, hair is a little tricky. So until I reach this much, I'm going to cut out all the black areas. So here I have to ensure that all my white areas are interconnected. So I'll quickly go through it, see all the white areas are interconnected. Now coming to the areas on the outside of the hairline, I'm going to disconnect almost everything from the rest of the hair. The reason is so that I can cut out the white areas there and keep the black. Now the next step before you decide what white area to cut here is to create the outline of the hair. So take a pencil and start creating the outline which you are definitely going to cut. You can trace the outline of the hair directly here so that there is some natural aspect when you do the paper cutting. Now whatever is there in between this white line and the outside boundary that I have drawn just now, at the time of cutting you can choose whatever little white areas you can easily remove without damaging the rest of the border, and that's how you prep the hair area, and this is how you go about cutting the hair area also. Now this is not a set rule, you can always do as you want, just giving you tips how to make it easy for you. Now coming to the eyes, which are the most critical element to any portrait. I keep saying always, when it comes to eyes, once again you have to capture as much detail as possible. So under this black there is some white areas also. At times it will be easy to do that, at times it will be difficult to do that. In this case it's a slightly easy, at least in one eye. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to just simply connect this and then connect it with the outside, so that my entire white design inside the eye is connected to rest of the white area on the face. Similarly on this, I'm going to try to capture as much of the eyebrow as possible. Now in this eye it's slightly tricky because it's in the very center, but still you can just create one small gap to connect it to rest of the eye. Now when you're cutting, you have to be extremely careful here, because one mistake and you'll have to create the entire portrait again. So guys, that's how you prep your portrait template after you have taken a printout of the template that you have generated with the help of the online software. So I hope guys this was helpful video in terms of how to prep your portrait stencil. If you have any questions, then please do not hesitate to reach out to me and I will try to answer all your questions. If you guys enjoyed this video, then please do not forget to hit the like button and share this video with your friends. Also do subscribe to my channel for regular videos on paper arts, and I will see you guys very soon in my next video. Till then, stay safe, take care, and bye bye.